Hi, this is Hitler again. So I was where a anger consumed me, and I did what I, at the time of my knowledge, understood was all that I was able to do, and I died. And since then, after that, I've been afraid of power. I have been petrified of power, actually petrified and fearful of myself. That's why most of my experience in the dimensions have been from an observation perspective, observing, not participating, because I was afraid of myself. I was afraid of, what I would be capable of doing. And only a moment ago, I realized that that anger, that consummation of myself while I was here on earth, which I'm still afraid of, was more because of a lack of power I had here on earth. And that ate me up inside, the lack of power. While I was here on earth as Adolf Hitler. And that's where the anger, type of anger, became the expression of my being here on earth, and I just went insane to a certain extent, yet sane at the same time. And I wasn't delirious. I was very much aware of my actions and what I did, but to a certain extent that is able to be labeled as insanity. And I participated in creation, in this forgiveness processes that have been taken place over the past 2.5 years. And the irony of the entire situation is that I've been trying to redeem myself for life. One is an equality because it exists. I mean, it's right, how can a man like me, Adolf Hitler, ever stand one as an equality with life, ever return to an innocence? The experience I've had was in this world, you can't imagine. I mean, you see what happens to human beings, you see what they're doing to themselves, you see what has become of this world, and that anger grows inside you. It's as though, but it's not an anger. It's a void of darkness. It's a strength. It feels like a power, and it consumes you. And you do these things because you see all that is able to be done is fight these systems that have become human beings with its own creations. I know it will be difficult for you to understand. I'm trying to explain it as best as I'm able to. So for these past 2.5 years, I've been, even after specific experiences I've had, I didn't feel worthy of life. I didn't feel worthy of even innocence. But then I realized that I just didn't accept my own innocence. That my actions as Adolf Hitler here on earth was of a specific knowledge I had, and all that I understood at that moment was able to be done, to get necessary to be done, to have humanity in this world, to have money equally dispersed in this entire world, because money is the source of the problem in this entire world. And then you look at what is this innocence? What is innocence? And I realized that I've been so afraid and scared of myself in terms of what I'm capable of doing that I've been suppressing myself extensively. I've been standing back extensively, only moving just little bits because of my own anger on this world. But anger is knowledge. Fear is knowledge. Power is knowledge. So I realized in terms of my experience in this world and while I was in the dimension trying to redeem myself, to be worthy of life, worthy of innocence once more, I realized that everything of my past, of fear, of anger, come from a point of knowledge. And if I come from a point of knowledge, I'm not innocent. How can you be innocent if you have knowledge or information? Let's look at a child, for instance. A young child is innocent. Why? Because a child will go and play in sand, in dirty sand. The moment they're put down, they crawl in the sand, in the grass, in the dirt, exploring, discovering, playing, expressing. What do grown-ups do? Grown-ups have knowledge about sand. It is dirty, it's got germs, I don't want to get my clothes dirty, I don't want to get my fingers dirty. Then I have to go and wash my hands again. I don't want to go through all that, so I'll not enjoy myself in the sand. That's knowledge. In that moment, you're not innocent, because you're not able to express yourself unconditionally in oneness and equality with the sand, because you've got preconceived ideas and knowledge about sand. So that's what happened to humanity. Humanity has lost their innocence. Dimensional beings have lost their innocence as I have. I really did. Look at me, Adolf Hitler, look at what I've done. You should say, Adolf Hitler, innocence. No, you should be sent to the darkness and depth of hell to burn forever and experience the torture and pain that has been inflicted by him upon others. Why? It's like human beings and dimensional beings. I was thinking of myself because I've been holding on to the past for so long. The past is knowledge. The past is knowledge information. What about who I am now? Am I forever going to allow myself to be trapped and enslaved by the knowledge of the past? Am I going to allow myself to be trapped and enslaved by what human beings perceive me to be, or think of me to be, or judge me to be, without taking a moment's ear to maybe hear what the fuck I have to say? Human beings are so stuck in their past, in knowledge and information about human beings, they don't give a being an opportunity to speak. Like me, for instance. All these ideas about Hitler running in the mind. It's past, it's knowledge. In that moment, you're not innocent. In the dimensions, I haven't been innocent because I've been holding on to my past knowledge of who I was, instead of allowing myself to give myself the opportunity to experience myself as innocent through self-forgiveness. I think that would define the law of stupidity. This is Hitler. I'll continue my next interview. Thank you.